What is up, everybody? This is Tikoi, also known as Richard. I'm coming back to you with a series that we're going to do on the Holy Roman Empire. I think there's been a lot of spotlight on them, and right now it's just one of the civs that I have the most fun with. I'll quickly want to jump into the video and show you guys a bit of gameplay on them when absolutely everything goes wrong, a few new bugs that I've found. And also, just personal costed games of myself playing, and I can show you when things go good, they go really good. This was more recently, and I started incorporating a few French games and so on, just to give HRE sometimes a break, because it feels like there's this cap once you reach like high plats that everybody is playing French, like every second game is French. So that's one thing I want to show you guys. And then also you can see down here, there was quite a lot of defeats in a row as well. I think one of the days, I don't know how far down that is, these videos of before the patch, right? So this can't be all that I played, so there must have been some little patches here and there, but we'll deal with what we have, and show you guys some really cool games. The first one I want to do is going to be this game on Mongolian Heights. The reason why I want to start with this one, it gives you a good comparison of the Regnitz and the Burgriff Palace, the Castle Age, and why certain resources are better early than late, and literally when everything goes wrong and shit hits the fan, what you can do to kind of still carry yourself out when literally everything goes wrong. And I'll show you guys what I mean. Okay, so Colin PF, he's last season Conqueror, this season sitting on plat 1 so far. Going with 6 on food, we're doing the same. I usually go scout 1, drop my second scout, especially when I'm on a mirror matchup. I immediately go 4. I drag them off the food as soon as the second one drops off, just so they get that first food drop off. That gives me enough food to sustain when I go over. And you can see the sheep are always kind of in the let's say I spawn up here, my food is going to be in this direction. If he spawns also up here, you'll see most probably, yeah, there his sheep is also spawning like in the direction of your farthest corner. Then you loop back around the top, you can pick up 1, 2, 3, and then come around the back side here, 4 or 5 around the side. So he's doing the right thing, he's scouting the right patterns. We're doing the exact same thing. Picked up everything here in front, picked up a really nice little gain here in this front. Actually a better run for me up here. I'm not sure where most of his sheep is, but I think I got a little bit favored on the sheep. But that's basically the only thing that went good this game. I'm not gonna lie, it was a really hard game. But yeah, so now we run around the backside here. I don't know how big this cliff was. You can see he's probably gonna come up here and pick up the sheep right here. We just want to loop back so we don't run out. And as you can see now, with that extra food, we have 5, 6 on food now, 4, and I just run the prelate between. So that's 1, 2. So 2's town center, 1 scout, 2's other scouts on 3, town center on 2. You can press H for scout for town center as well. You can see he's on 7 on food, 3 on gold actually. And transitioning now onto wood. So I wouldn't do this in a mirror matchup, and it's just because you don't get your gold that you need for going for the relics. And sometimes you get a map like this where you have 6 relics, 1, 2, 3 on his side, and 1, another one's right here, 2 and 3 on my side. So we have 3 relics on my side, 3 relics on his side. Okay, so go up to 8 on food, 4 on gold now. Usually around this time, if you have 3 on gold, you'll see you'll be able to get that macro a little bit tighter. You can see on his side, if he had a forced drop off or 2, he could have gotten this up at 240. Honestly, 240 or even 230, this landmark of his should have started. But yeah, we are a little bit overcapped on the food. You can see we are also dropped off ours now. I prefer playing this way, and it just gives me a lot of micro control, getting my sheep where they need to be, kind of play something silly like this. Before I started scouting, I just built it right on top of the gold, and then I built another one, and you'll see where that comes in as a problem. So I go with 6, so I drop off and then pull, I just drag over the drop the 6 villagers. If there's too much, I just bring them back, and now I get the inspiration on the gold again. He also goes for his Archon Chapel. He goes for 4, 1 onto the berries, and this is better. If you get this right instead of the second house, I think that's better. At this point, what I like it to do is I keep 3, if I have more than enough food, I keep at least 4 villagers if I can, but I'll start transitioning 2 of these villagers over to a straggler tree or wood. If you don't do this, this is the right thing. You immediately get it down. But that would be against matchups where you're going like against French or Abbasid or Delhi, because you want to get that wheelbarrow down as quick as possible. It doesn't help you have all this bonus, but you don't have the wheelbarrow bonus. So my argument is, don't go for a second house immediately. You have a bit of time. Those 2 villagers, we're on 7 now, so 3 villagers would have been busy chopping food, basically coming back with the second run around. You can even use the prelate to assist you there, and that will allow you to get that 50 gold to immediately drop your mill, and then as soon as your mill is down, you go for a wheelbarrow. Very, very, very early. You can get wheelbarrow down like under 4 minutes 10, 4 minutes 20. So right now you can see I can garrison, right? Okay, cool. Just remember this. Remember this damn building for later in this video, because I lost it. I completely lost it with this building, but we'll show you guys what I mean. So we're coming back. We are on 10 sheep on our side. We can quickly check on his side. 9 here. Not a lot of sheep, but he's probably coming back with them pretty soon. So almost ran off with my sheep there. Just be careful of that. But we got really good scouting down. We know where everything is. You can see 5 minutes into the game, whole map's explored. We know where all the relics are. We know this would have been perfect if it was right here, but that wasn't the case, unfortunately. And now you can see I'm rallied to the wood line. I want to get up to 6. So the goal is to get 6 and 6 and then everything else on food. That's like the bare minimum. The reason why I say that is right now you have 2 strategies, right? You go for a very bare strategy, maybe even nothing on wood, but 2 on wood is great, and this was a waste, this lumber mill, because you can drop off at the Archon. The reason why I'm saying that is because you want to have all your villagers on sheep. Sheep is faster than berries. You want to have wheelbarrow. You can see he has wheelbarrow. I don't even have a mill. I have the wood to do that, but I don't even have it. Okay, so I moved my villagers off of gold so I can speed up this food. You can see now I have my 5 on wood and 1 on gold, and now the mill's only coming up. And just keep an eye on this mill as well. I'll come back to it very shortly. 16 on food. We are steamrolling up to this, but you can see on his side, his macro is better. His macro is better. So he has the wood. He has almost the same amount of wood as I do. He has wheelbarrow already. He has the perfect Archon placement. The houses is on his gold mine, and he has the second prelate inspiring the gold. This is as perfect as you can play against any Civ. The only difference would be if you, just pausing here quickly, if you were against French, Delhi, or anyone these days, I would argue that this is a bit too greedy. Don't go this heavy onto food. Just going to show you his macro. 15 to 6, right? I would go 6, 6 and the rest onto food. So basically, or even 5, 6, basically you want the 6 on gold, and at least 5 on the wood line, so you can you're gonna run out of space and resources. You need to get towers up, you need to fight for relics. There's a lot of things that you need to do. On my side, we have the right resources, so we can also now go for our landmark. But let's hop back to our side so we can have a look at it. There's his scouts. Get your scouts in the back of the enemy's base. You can see my scouts are right here, so from my perspective I have a pretty decent idea of what's going on in his base. He has very little idea of what's going in my base because he only sees what I have on my gold. Okay, so that's important to take a note of. Just getting the scouts marked again, and a town center is on 2, right? Now at this point in stage, if you're playing against other factions, I would say, okay, cool. This is not what you want to do. You want to go with maybe 3 or 5, 6 if you're a little bit behind. Onto this Regnitz, not against French. French is a total different ball game. We'll get to that later on in the series. But you want to have at least 4 to 5 exactly at this point. As soon as this Regnitz Cathedral dropping down, you take 4 or 5 onto the stone, because now you have 5, let's say 5, 5, and 5 on the stone, everything else on the food. After the relic, the landmark is done, you're going to transfer that onto the food, right? So you can see we have still no wheelbarrow. I cancelled the wheelbarrow as soon as I started it. I cancelled it because I didn't have the gold to do what I needed to do. But my prelates are moving out. You can see one prelate right there. This was supposed to be a prelate first that came out here, this little stray villager, but you can see the prelate coming out now. And he's going onto the relics, and he doesn't spot this out, but quickly on his side, there you can see what I mean. 6 on the Burgrave, he has 3 on the wood, he has quite a bit on the food, so he's going to run out of food, which is a problem in my opinion. And he goes for a blacksmith, okay? So now we pick up this prelate. We just brought a villager to deal with the damn wolf. But first relic's on its way back, second relic's going to get picked up, and then there should be another prelate very shortly coming out, so we can go for this third relic right here and then transition. Okay, now the reason why I say you want to have some wood, and I played this one not perfect at all, but I have the wood, and you'll see what I do now. Right now, I know it's a mirror matchup. I want information, so I move closer to see, and I see the Burgrave on his side. I'll show you what I mean. You can see I see the Burgrave there. I know we are expecting, there you can see, men-at-arms, upgraded men-at-arms. Usually you go into heavy maces, and you just push with 10-15 men-at-arms very, very quickly onto your enemy. Okay, cool. So once you have your Burgrave or your Reginets, depending on the faction that you're playing against, that will become a point later on. You can see this prelate was going forward, and the reason for that is we got a bit of damage from the wolves. You can see now we are sticking to villagers. We have one prelate out here, second relic coming back. We're going for a snipe on this top relic here, but we can quickly check on his side how things are looking. So his prelate is on his way to pick up this first relic right here. Second prelate is still in the Archon. That is not the right thing in my mind. Unless you have a lot of pressure, this is pretty much a good thing. It's also, look how neat and clean it is around his Archon Chapel. No buildings and everything inside of it. You can see I'm literally building my stables, my house, my mining camp. Everything's like inside my Archon Chapel circle, and that is not a good thing. I'm just saying that's not what you want to do. So now he has those men-at-arms pumping out, and you can see we have quite a bit more food than he does at this stage. And we have the prelates out, and we have the sheep advantage and villagers. So now I have the double stables. Those two stables immediately are going to pop out. These villagers are going to go back to gold. We are going to go for a snipe here. Snipe meaning I want to snipe this relic. I want to pick up this relic, and now we are just hoping and praying this wolf doesn't kill us by the time we get back. So 2 in, 3 coming back, and this is kind of where the game takes a turn for the worst. So I need to use my knights to first deny him. Okay, so just hear me out, okay? So we have our prelates on the map. You can see he picked up that relic. It's gone. On my side, there's no more relics showing anywhere, right? So this relic... did he pick up the second relic? No. Then okay, cool. So there's a relic right here. I don't know why. It's another glitch, I guess. Let's just hop over to his side, my side again. Let's just see. Okay. So basically what happens is if you stand on the map, let's say this is now a normal game. I'm not talking about you know, a replay. I'm talking about in-game. When you have Fog of War and someone picks up this relic, the relic disappears. So keep an eye at this point in the game on the map so that you can see when these relics disappear. This one is gone. All the ones I picked up is gone. You can see they are coming back. But now I don't have space because I did manage to pick up this relic now. So I have 2 knights out, I have my 3 prelates out, and I have these villagers just backing off because he is very aggressively pushing me with the men-at-arms, and they already have the mace upgrades, which is the right thing to do. I think if you're going to push with men-at-arms, this is the right thing to do. Just don't push them in a straight line like this, because the men-at-arms are not going to stand versus the knights. Even with the upgrades, you can see they do extra damage, but these knights are pretty good at doing cleanup when they need to. You can see it's quite a bit of damage that comes out, especially that feels like that first hit is just like a blunt mace, you know. But you don't want to be doing this. He's running the military basically under the town center, and they actually do have the upgrade. You see what I mean? He's doing good. He has the ranged upgrade already, plus he has the men-at-arms upgrade. So he has a lot of armor, and the town center damage on these units are going to be slim to none. And I go here, pick up the relic out of the Regent's Cathedral, just push it forward, because I was like, if this guy's gonna stand underneath this, I'm gonna wall a law. Okay, so number 1, first wall of law, it's a fail. But you can see quite a bit of damage. He lost 1 or 2 men-at-arms. We lost, I think, 1 knight. But this is very bad for me now, because I'm sitting on 33 villagers. He's sitting on 30 villagers. So 3 villagers lead. Okay, cool. 3 villager lead. I have a ton of food, a ton of gold, and I am just spamming out the what do you call it, knights. And this is my knights now, 4 and 5. I don't think my scouts, yeah, my scouts are still here. You can see still have information on his base, can still see what's going on. So I'm like, cool. If I can kind of deal with this right now. I just lose a prelate there. I have a villager that's standing still right now, but now I need to get some knight production out. I need to get my Archon Chapel, what do you call it? I need to get my Archon Chapel to basically do what his is doing, inspire the villagers, which I'm not. Get a market down, stabilize your economy, especially when you have extra gold. And you can see now I have 3 relics here and a 4th relic sitting with the prelate inside here. So now what he's doing is the right thing. He's just pushing the knights onto my villagers so he can go idle, make me idle. And I run onto his town center, wrong thing to do. I'm focusing on him, he's focusing on me, that type of thing. And this is not what you want. These should be picking off units back here, you know, getting picks right here. If I made these lancers last a little bit better than what I'm doing right now, it would have been a much different game. Also, please learn how to garrison and ungarrison your units. Like, I have this stupid thing that if you want to garrison, you press, I think, we'll see. But yeah, okay, cool. So, I don't even know. So garrison seek shelter is G. I think it's Control Shift V or Control Shift something. Then you select all your villagers. Control Shift V. I think that's all my villagers. 30 villagers, right? Yeah. Okay. Control Shift V. Select all your villagers. You press G. They garrison. Order the villagers to automatically seek shelter in the nearest garrison building. So 1, 2. And then if you press D right afterwards, they will go back to work. Like what he did, his villagers immediately went to all their different tasks. That's something I don't even do yet. So now again, we have some lancers here. I actually see this relic is gone, so I kind of run in that direction. But I also see he's on, what did I spot out? I can't remember, but I pull him back so you can see he's not even caring about that. He's just going for a very heavy men-at-arms push and thinking like, okay, he's just going to deal with the lancers in his base where he has to, and he's going to pump out the units and just use, you know, the Burgrave and pushing those units this way, like you can see, close into his base so he can deal with any units this side. I don't have a blacksmith, I don't have anything. I have my 3-4 relics now. Finally my relics are balanced now. You can see we're sitting on 800 gold per minute compared to his 480. But this is not bad because I have all these men-at-arms inside my base, and this is going to become a big threat, especially with those upgrades. Now he has a +2 range upgrade, he has the damage upgrade, he has a land cannon in between here. And every time he moves closer, I can't deal with that with 2 knights. You can see I have a scout burning down a single farm back here. I have the lancers back here, and he's just picking off villagers now like crazy. I'm sitting on 29 villagers right now. He is on 27 villagers. So we're both picking off villagers. You know, he's gonna get some more right now. Let's just see. I don't think I lose another one, do I? I don't know. But I garrison here. Just get everything back into the town center. Another knight comes out. But you can see, look at these men-at-arms. They're not even taking damage from this town center, you know. You do a minimum of 1 damage per arrow, so you can see as things are going, you know, and then I dropped my villagers out because I had knights inside this building as well, right? And now I'm trying to get some healing up. I don't have the herbal medicine upgrade yet. But now I'm starting to panic, and the reason I started to panic, you can see I even sacrificed my lancers again. I can't garrison my prelate. So what happened was I moved my prelate down here with my villagers, and you can hear the typing. That's me, by the way. You can see he's also 600 points ahead. So I'm dropping lancers and trying to deal with this, but it's almost impossible, and I don't even get the charge off, which would have been great. Lose another lancer. This one is probably going to go down as well. And all I'm trying to do is get this damn prelate inside the Archon Chapel. It does not want to garrison. I don't know why. I've never had that before. So now I even lost both my scouts, so now I have no information on him. I dropped down a keep inside my base, and obviously he could have played this a lot better. He could have gone for wood, and you can see he has 2 relics that is giving him 200 gold per minute. We have 600 per minute from this 3 right here, and another 200 right here. That's the new richness. So you get 200 per relic if you have the richness. If not, you get 100. Like what you can see, he's only getting 100 gold per relic. Okay, so that's the one thing, right? So now he has all these men-at-arms, and I'm going idle, and I'm like, okay, cool, I need to do something here, because right now I am under a lot of pressure. I can't move into this direction. He has the men-at-arms there. You can see he keeps rolling in units. He has the food and gold to spam them, but he's also transitioning into farms. So playing a very passive game, getting the upgrades that he needs. No siege works, no rams or anything coming out. I think that would have made a big difference. And also, if you build your military buildings and you do something wrong in the beginning, they get sieged down like what's happening right now. Keep does a little bit more damage, at least, than a town center. So you can see he will slowly wither down these men-at-arms, but not by much. So I moved my food villagers up here to get some food going. And I transitioned all of these villagers to wood to just have something coming in, because I know I have the gold from the richness, right? So I am gathering the resources. We also did finish the gold mine back here. Like I said earlier, 5 to 6 on the stone early on. It's important. Now I'm trying to trade. You'll see quickly. I tried to trade before this goes down. I used emergency repair, and now it's up. So a few villagers right here, and now I am just spamming through the Palace of Swabia so I can get the upgrades for Imperial instead of just spamming units, which I can't do because I don't have anything to build units with. I literally have 0 unit building military buildings, and you know, he has almost 20 military units in the field, right? Transitioning into farms, doing the standard HRE stuff. He has the relics. He's picking up his deer, picking up his berries, and doing what he needs to do. So I pick up a relic and try and go for a Wallalor, and I think I get 4 or 5 of them. 4. So land cannon and 3 men-at-arms. So first Wallalor successful. So all we do is we just sacrifice these units kind of, so we can just deal with a bit of this pressure. And also, you can see here, the prelate is standing there, but I can't garrison him. Like, I've tried pressing F, G, garrisoning, all of those different buttons. Like, you know, when I said if you Press Control Shift V, selecting all your villagers, and you press G, they garrison anywhere, and then if you press D, they go back to what they were busy with. But you can see I have 28 villagers, right? Now he has 34 villagers. A really bad villager count on both of our sides. But that's why I went for the Palace of Swabia, so that if he pushes, that I can at least get some villagers back, right? So town center not producing villagers, and I have some villagers right back here, and now I built 4 barracks because I'm like, okay, cool, men at arms versus men at arms, and you can see he's just pumping out units in this general direction so he can deal with whatever is happening right here. So I have an outpost here. I have to garrison all my villagers. These ones struggling to garrison. I don't know why or what's going on. But then I just run the villagers back to the base to say, okay, I'll salvage what I can. Let's just run them back. And literally running them into their enemy buildings. But yeah, he's sieging down the Palace of Swabia, but that's not really going to work because we have the 3 towers and emergency repair on this. You can see it's active, right? I don't know why this building doesn't have it. I don't understand. It's in the influence of the town center. It's literally touching the town center. I can't use the emergency repairs. I don't know if it's because of the touching. I need to see if that maybe plays a role, but the keep has it. So, you know, that doesn't make sense to me. And I also can't garrison my prelate inside my Archon Chapel. So that's the 2 huge bugs that's out right now, right? And basically to me this game feels lost, you know, because we are losing so many villagers. You can see the villager bodies there, shame. I lost those villagers. I lost these villagers because I'm busy with the prelate. I'm trying to get the damn prelate inside the Archon Chapel, which is not happening. And I'm getting the upgrades quickly. So I'm getting the hardened spearman upgrade for some reason. I don't know why. Heavy maces plus the 2-handed weapon. And remember, I have Imperial. I just popped emergency repair, so this can last a little bit longer. But very shortly I'll pop my villagers out of here. Because this is going to go down. I don't want to lose 10 villagers, and I just run them back as quick as possible. And you can see he's chasing them down with Lankinets. But we managed to save 10 villagers right there. Okay, so now we have a relic right here. We have men at arms in production and a Reginald's Cathedral that does not have emergency repair for the life of me. I don't know why. But what I was thinking of was, okay, cool, let's get the prelates out, let's use the gold, let's get the inspired warriors upgrade, right? Plus the men at arms, and then challenge men at arms with men at arms. It feels like this was a bit of a power play to see who has the better, I don't know, mass army. Because you can see he didn't get any of his decarbonization or inspired warrior upgrade. He built the lumber camp, so he's not as familiar with the Holy Roman Empire, but he must be some level of decent because he did get Conqueror, and that's still no small feat, right? And you can see now on his side just abundance of units. That's 31 men at arms, 6 Langskinets. A big army. He has quite a big army right here. So I have the 4 prelates standing right here next to me, the side, while I was trying to plan these things out. And you can see I'm garrisoning my men at arms inside my keep because I didn't want them to be close, and then I end up losing. And he knows right now he needs to target down the Reginald's Cathedral. If this goes down, I lose all my gold because the relics need to be in something. And if it's not in a tower, it needs to be in here. And if he gets this out, that's 600 gold per minute. Big blow to me if he gets it. So, okay, cool. We have our men at arms. We dropped them out of the keep. So we have some men at arms to chase him down. I'm like, you are not getting this. So I have 2 prelates. One picking it up, going for the first wall right here. So he has to respect it. He backs up. See, no emergency repairs. This building is just burning on its own. Nobody is attacking this right now, okay? So it's on fire. So second prelate goes for a wallow and he backs off. So now he's kind of expecting what's going to happen, and you can see the units running around here getting picked off. So what I'm doing is I'm dropping the relics back and then picking it up with a different prelate because I have 4. I actually have 6. There's another 2 back there. You can see still can't get into this damn building, standing right next to it, but doesn't work. And now I'm bringing up the next prelate to do a nice little Wololo. Still nothing. Going for another prelate. So that's like 7 Wololo's right now, right? That I've tried. And I go for another one. And I think he looked away here. Because I don't get... I think I get 1 or 2 units there, right? So now the prelates, the Reginald's Cathedral goes down. And at this point I'm like, okay, cool. This is probably like as close to GG as you can get. He has all the +2 upgrades. I pick up the prelate, but you can see the prelate themselves have cooldowns. So I do another Wololo right here. He backs off instead of killing it, and I get nothing. So I have gold going up here. I have food happening at the back here, and trying to stabilize with the market to get some form of economy going. You can see I'm sitting on 1,800 gold. And I'm just buying resources wherever I can. So I garrison the prelates. And at this point in stage, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's train some more men-at-arms. And here comes another 10 units. Like, this is insane. And right now, I have a random lancer right here. Villagers garrisoning, just trying to kind of deal with this. But I have emergency repair on this. This is sacrifice. This is literally sacrificing your units. You're not going to siege down a keep with what's happening right now. So you can see the men-at-arms getting trained and rallied here at the back. They are upgraded just to build up some units, and you can see as soon as I use the emergency repair, he switches over to the town center because he wants to get the town center down. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to try another Wololo because they are right underneath town center. My prelate is going to be right underneath here, and I pop out, a Wololo pops immediately. I press tab to see if I can get another one. He doesn't know which side to run to. And I pick up my units plus his units. Now I'm the one with 30 units. So, okay, you can see immediately. This game was trash. Sorry. So, I have to repair this, right? Okay, damage control, right? I have military right now. I have no Reginald's Cathedral. I have 6 barrackses. Random amounts of food being gathered right here, but in a normal scenario, this game is as GG as it gets. I lost my Palace of Swabia, and I am 24 villagers versus 53. I'm surprised he doesn't have more, because he should have gone Palace of Swabia and just spammed that stuff out. But I am you know, quite ahead with the fact that I have the men-at-arms, and we're training some land cannots in between there, and I'm just getting rid of any pressure that he has on top of me and chasing this back as far as I can. And you can see he's pumping out units, expecting more fighting. Please do this, land cannons inside the army. And also he has the upgrades. You can see he has all the +2 upgrades, the range upgrades. Just crazy. So I'm trying to repair this. I'm using the market to buy wood so I can repair this. I just want the Reginald's. I don't care about the Palace of Swabia right now. I was thinking of repairing it, but I couldn't. So I didn't want to push with this army because right now, you know, it's quite a nice army. 22 men-at-arms and 2 land cannots. Maybe 50% of this units is his. So thank you very much, Colin, for your units. But now the Reginald is repaired. We are getting the prelates dropped off, and still I can't get into the Archon Chapel. This is the most frustrating bug I've ever had in this type of game, and it's a mirror matchup. So not having a 50% buff, yeah, it's huge. I should have buffed my buildings if it could buff anything, you know. But yeah, now you can see those prelates are here, and I decided, okay, cool, let's get inspired warriors, and very shortly we'll get the herbal medicine, and we'll play this as if we are, you know, the Delhi. Push with a bunch of prelates and your army, and basically treat it like an elephant, you know. But right now I'm trying to stabilize. You can see I'm buying out food. My resources is 6 and 400. Trying to get those men-at-arms and elite knights out, and also I am H4, he's still H3, so you can see there he goes for the Palace of Swabia to age up, and we have no blacksmith upgrades, which he does have. We still have no wheelbarrow, by the way. This is 27 minutes into the game, so I don't know how much worse this game could have been on my side. You know I did a few things wrong, but this kind of threw me off. The fact that the Ark and Chapel didn't want the relic, that threw me off completely. Okay, but we have our relics back. We have one in the castle, in the keep, sorry, and we also got this upgrade right here, which is called Tithe Barns, and he comes in with his army right here at the back. Big army, 20 men-at-arms, 7 land cannoneers. You have to respect it, but I have a bigger army now, so I don't respond to this. I don't know why, and I think eventually I'll respond once this is almost done. I think I'll emergency repair this. There we go. It's not enough. Literally not enough. But we push him away, and you can see we have quite a mass. So I thought he thought this was maybe a big enough army. But yeah, we pick up the relic and we'll bring back that to the Regnitz Cathedral. And we back off because I don't want to fight with an army that I know is behind. So he has +4, 5 armor, 6 range armor. We have literally 4 and 4. We would lose that fight, hands down. Okay, even with the inspiration. I wonder if we can quickly see. So it's 16-1-1. 18-6-7. Okay, I'm just looking at how much of a buff this the inspired warrior is. You can see we still don't have the herbal medicine, but very shortly there we go. Prelate starts coming out. Herbal medicine probably gonna come very shortly, and now I am just going. I was actually going for population cap. At this point in stage, I'm like, either you're gonna have one big fight with mangonels and other things, which he was very capable of doing, or you're gonna challenge me with mono, manpower versus manpower, and we see who's gonna win. But he's training out of the Burggraf Palace, and we need 5 barracks, 5 at least, to keep up with the production of units. Finally getting a blacksmith down here at the back. We have a second one up here, and again trading out any extra resources. You can see I'm harvesting food in between houses with my mill. Finally getting wheelbarrow, moving over to the gold, and we also managed to kill the deer, the boar, so we can get some food from the boar. And we have the berries right here at the back. We have no academy. No academy, no upgrades or anything like that. You can see he has also none of the monastery upgrades, but he is pumping out villagers. So now the villager difference is 38. Oh gosh, versus 77. So double villager production, and he has farms, and he has a prelate inside his Ark and Chapel. He has the horticulture upgrade from the farms. There was no way I could go into farms because this Ark and Chapel was useless. It's the only word I could use for it. It was useless. Still no herbal medicine upgrade, but yeah, so we're trying to get the blacksmith upgrades and stuff, and at this point in stage I am really frustrated, but I kind of see light at the end of the tunnel. You can see he is pumping out resources, and he has the unit numbers to push, we actually go for a university here, and you can see we did get the men-at-arms upgrade, and we are pushing those blacksmith upgrades to kind of stabilize the fight before we use the inspired warriors. I think that's the patch that came in most recently, so that the inspired warrior buff is not as strong as it was, but you can see it deals 15% more damage and gains 1 armor. And then I trade out so I can get the elite army tactics upgrade as well. You can hear the trading happening at the back, waiting for the food, and then we get the elite army tactics. So I want to see how big of a difference this is. We have 17-4, and we actually push. We actually push without this upgrade. Shame. I thought I would be able to see, but you can see we have 7 prelates. Do we have? Yes, we did it. We did it, guys. We finally got the upgrade. I had more prelates that I could have used here, but I saw his army pushing in. He actually did get a siege workshop, and he got a bombard. Another siege workshop here, but I think he was feeling very confident because of all the damage he did very early on, right? So let's go into cinematic mode and watch this fight unfold. Let's do that. Let's get this right. I'm going to screenshot this as well. I love that sound. If that's loud, that's good, because it's war. So Landknecht's men-at-arms against Landsknecht men-at-arms. Look at my health of my units. He backs off. I don't know why. I think because of the numbers. But he has to kind of fight this. And the prelates will just be healing in the background. And as they heal, they inspire as well. So it's a double win. And you can see it's an orange graveyard. We got the game in the bag from here on. You know, we are fully upgraded to elite men-at-arms and Landknechts in our fight. 27 Landknechts gonna fight very, very well. And yeah, so we're just pushing in so we can finish up this game. He actually goes for a keep, pulls his food villagers and everything to get this keep down. Little keep too late. And I split my units to get the... Even if I take all these units and siege this down, I would siege this down quicker than he can fight. But because of all the Landknechts in here, you can just look at his the damage on his units, how quickly they are disappearing. Every time they get close and that splash damage of the Landknechts, his hits, everything just disappears, you know. And I won. I cannot believe that we won this game with everything that happened with our fight. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about the Archon Chapel buff, or bug rather, and the emergency repair bug are right now on the Regnets. And yeah, that was the first video of a series we're doing. So check you guys in the next video. We'll be covering